So what we want to do is going to play exactly what Mike Wilbon had to say on PTI, and then we're going to come back and react to his commentary. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Just do what LeBron wants. If he wants Ty Lue, it'll be hard to get him. Go pursue him. If it's not going to be him and he wants it to be his podcast partner, JJ Redick, go get him. Do what LeBron wants.
You know what? I'm angry. I've known Darvin Ham for a long time. And you're right. He's a great guy. And he's a pretty damn good coach. Because he took a team that had done nothing the year before and missed the playoffs. And last year they got to the conference finals with him. And everybody had praise for him, including LeBron and Anthony Davis. And now all of a sudden I'm talking specifically to the two of them now. They blame him. Their public comments are inadequate. Let me just say this. If you want to be the GOAT, you want to tell everybody you're the GOAT, you're the greatest player of all time, you want to have it on podcasts, you want to have it, then take accountability like one. Do that. There's a social media thing out there now with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. It shows them after they lost in a series. And it shows the determination. It shows them saying, nope, we weren't good enough. I wasn't good enough. There's been some of that, but there hasn't been nearly enough. If you're the GOAT, you do that. You don't blame this cryptically or backhandedly on Darvin Ham. I don't want to hear from anybody in a Laker uniform that the primary problem was Darvin Ham. Yes, LeBron and Anthony Davis were great in that series, but they weren't good enough against Denver. So take that on. GOAT carries responsibility. I don't see it in the firing of Darvin Ham. So go handpick somebody. They're not getting T. Lue. If you're the owner of the Clippers and you got way more money than the Lakers and just as much ego, you ain't letting T. Lue walk across when you got a new stadium and you got stars. You don't need them to go to him to go to the Lakers. This is infuriating that the hand is behind this move, Frank. It's just intellectually lazy and unaccountable. And those two guys are too great. They're Hall of Famers. You got to be better than that.
Yeah, well, Mike, let me ask you this. Okay, so you have a situation, and you hear from players all the time. They talk about opportunity. And you like to see a guy like Darvin Ham, former player, African-American, put in a lot of time as an assistant coach. How did you guys treat him his 2 years there? What about D'Angelo Russell eating at the end of the bench during a timeout? Are you really giving Darvin Ham a fair shot here? And to say that he didn't do a good job, they made the conference finals. You lost to a better team. Jamal Murray this year needed to hit 2 late game shots to beat you. You're losing to the best team and the best player.
You played hard. Was it enough? Are there moral victories in professional sports at this level? No. But okay, you played the champs as well as you could play them with this roster. And then this, and before that, there was blaming of Darvin Ham. I went across and said to him as somebody who's known Darvin Ham about 30 years, maybe not quite that long, hey, hang in there. This is inexcusable, the blaming of Darvin Ham. Let's move to the Knicks.
So you heard what Michael Wilbon had to say. What's my reaction to his comments? Look, I think there's some truth to it. I think there's also truth to the fact that the Lakers players threw Darvin Ham under the bus. Those comments that Anthony Davis made, I believe, after Game 3 or Game 4 were pretty damaging, where he says sometimes we don't know what's going on out there. We really don't know what we're doing out there. Seeing how LeBron treated that coach on a live national televised game, basically screaming at his entire coaching staff and everything, I was stunned, right? They had no respect for him, and they did not back him up. The Lakers players supported getting their head coach fired because they did nothing to save him from getting fired, and a lot of people disagree with this decision. Big names, even Charles Barkley was calling people out for it, and I think that the Lakers players probably just made a very huge mistake, and I'll tell you why. Because last time something like this occurred, they blamed Frank Vogel. Then they got Darvin Ham, and now they're blaming Darvin Ham. Well, now you put yourself in a precarious position because of this. Do you realize that now that the Lakers have fired Darvin Ham, when they go out there to source for another coach, and whatever coach they go out there and get, do you know that these players cannot turn around if they don't meet expectations? They can't turn around and say it's the coach's fault, because then if they say that, then we know we're dealing with a bunch of clowns as a ball club, a bunch of finger pointing dudes. Go listen to, I think it was James Jones on Speak. He had a pretty scathing critique on LeBron and the Lakers players. They scapegoated that guy. Now, in terms of Kobe Bryant, listen, and Jordan, these guys were more direct, right? Kobe and Jordan were not passive aggressive. They would get in players' faces. They're not guys that are just going to let things fall by the wayside. They had two totally different mentalities. Now, in terms of him comparing what Kobe and Jordan would say after games, listen, a lot of the quotes that LeBron has, he's quoting Kobe. A lot of it. Stay even, kill, and all of that. They get it from Kobe. Man, I saw Kobe, and they watched him. They followed him, and then they now repeated what he said and then act like as if they're the ones that said it. The job isn't fit. All of them got it from him. They even got their work ethic from Kobe. Go look at what those guys were before that Olympics, and go look at what they became after they spent the summer with Kobe Bryant.